Hello 11th class. Now this is your chapter 12 tuple lecture number 2. In the previous class we learned how to create tuple and how to access the elements by using for loop and while loop. Now in this class we will learn accessing tuple elements, similarity with strings, difference from strings, difference from list, then traversing tuple, then tuple operations. Now first is accessing tuple element. So just like string and list, every individual elements or tuples are accessed from their index position. You know what is index? So whatever the tuple is there, the index is always starts from 0 to length minus 1. That is in the forward indexing. And from minus 1 to minus length, that is in the backward indexing. For example, you have a variable fruits. In this, the tuple elements are mango, apple, guava, pomegranate and cherry. So in this, if you will write the index with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will give you the result for in forward indexing. Okay. And when you write the value from the backward position, that is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So this will give you the backward indexing. Okay. So this way you can access the tuple elements. Now, similarity with list. So here, the tuple elements are accessed just like strings or the list elements. Like str2 means character at second index. In the same way, tuple 1, 2, it means the elements at second index, and tuple 1, 1, 2, 3, this is slicing. So it means all the items between index 1 to 2. Now, there are some points. By this, you can differentiate with the list. So first is the length. So the function length t, it will return the number of elements in tuple. Next is indexing and slicing. So this ti will return item at index I, and tij, it means all item between the index I to j minus 1, because it will give you the result 1 to n minus 1. So the item is from I to j minus 1. And Tijn, it means every nth item between index 1 to j minus 1. Okay. Next is membership operator. So you know membership operator. There are two operators, that is in and not in, that can be used to check the presence of any item in tuple. Next is concatenation and the replication. So for concatenation, plus operator will use, and for replication, multiplication will use. Okay, so these are the similarities with list. Now next is difference from list. So the tuples and list almost both are same, but there is one major difference, that is lists are mutable and tuples are immutable. Okay, in list the values cannot be changed, but in tuples values can be changed. So this L1 10, 20, 30 and T1 100, 200 and 300. So L1 is 200. Yes, we can change. But if we will write T1 150, that is invalid, because tuples are okay. In this beta tup list, the values of list we can change, that is mutable, and the values of tuple, that is immutable, that we cannot change. Okay, I spoke this opposite. So I'm just correcting it, that lists are mutable and the tuples are immutable. Now traversing tuple. So you can traverse the tuple by two ways, that is using in operator, using for loop, and by using the range function. So first is by using in operator using for loop. So the in operator with for loop, that iterates the each element of a tuple in sequence. Okay, you know the value of for loop will print in sequence. So here you have to use the in operator. Next is using range function. So like list, tuples also can be created using the range function. And how will you use it? This. So I am just going to show you that how will you use this. So you have to create a new file. Here you will write the variable tuple is equal to this P by T H T then H O then N, Python. Okay, I have written it with separate value by putting comma. Now use the for loop for I in tup. Okay, so I am using the in operator here. Next is you have to just print the value of I. So when you are going to run it, just run it. So it will give you the result in this way. Okay, so in this program the loop variable I here, the loop variable I that shall be assigned the tuple elements one at a time. Okay, so the loop variable I will be assigned P in the first iteration, then P gets printed. Similarly in the second iteration Y will get accessed and printed. So this process continues till all the elements of the tuple are accessed and displayed. Okay, so it will take one by one in every iteration. Now next is your by using range function. So the same is there. Here I am using a variable length. So it will calculate the length of the tuple. Okay. Then it will run for I in range. What is the range? N. Okay. Then it will print what? You have to write here the index, the name of the tuple, that is tup, and then index. Okay, so when the code gets executed, the loop variable I will be assigned value 0 to n minus 1, that is 5. Okay, so in the first iteration it will print the tuple 0, in the second it will print the tuple 1, then in third it will print the value 2, so on. Okay, up to the tuple 5, that is n. So just run it. So again it will give you the same. Okay, I hope it is clear. So these are the method by using traverse the list, by using in operator, and by using the range function using for loop. Now next is the tuple operations. So there is joining tuple, slicing tuple, comparing tuples, unpacking tuples, and deleting tuple. These are 5 operations that you will perform on tuples. Now first is the joining tuple. Joining means you have to add the tuples. So this is the first tuple, this is second tuple. When you add it, then it will give you the tuple like this. Okay, by this way. Now, so in this you can add tuple with only another tuple and not with int, complex number, string or list. Okay, this is the limitation that you have to add tuple with tuple only. And if you try to add a tuple with integer value, complex number and string, then it will give you the error. For example, in this you want to add the element 20 in T1. So it will give you the error. Okay. Next is again to add a single value tuple, just add a comma after the value. So here also we had already seen this in the previous class video. I had shown you in by giving an example. Here the same thing is happened, that T1 is this, now T1 plus 50 comma. Okay, so that this value will get added in this T1. Now replicating tuple means multiplication. So this is the tuple, you will multiply it 3, so it will print the value 3 times. This is replication. Next is slicing tuple. So slicing will give the value between 0 to n minus 1, means start to end minus 1. So here is the data. This is data 2. The data is 4, 2, minus 4. So this is the value 0, 1, 2, 3, then 4. 7 is 4. So it will give you the value 4 to minus 4. Now just here you will write the minus indexing. This is minus 1. It is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 4. Okay. So minus 4, but you have to know that the slicing will go till n minus 1. So when you write here n minus 1, the minus 4 minus 1, it will give you minus 5. That's why it will give you minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So that the result will come 7 and 9. The same way you have to print the data. Now data 1 to 6, so it will give you 1 to 5, then 4 to minus 2 means 4 to minus 3, then minus 40 to 4, minus 42 and minus 1, that is 4 minus 1, 3, 40 to 3. Okay. Now again it will give you this minus 1, then so here you know it will give you the result in just in 20 and 10, then minus 2, so it will give the result from the last, means in the backward position by the step value of minus 2. Okay. Now next is this 2, 10, 2. It will start from 0, 1, 2, from 30, and it will take the step value 2, 2, 2. Okay, then 30, then 7 will get print, then 100, then 75. Okay. And in this question, this is the minus 1. So here it will give the your tuple in the reverse order. Okay, the same we did in list also and string also. So it will give you the result in minus in reverse form. Okay, with the 1 1, with just reverse of your original data, that is data. Okay, and this will give you the result. It will start from the backward position, and with the value of 2 2 difference with the okay, so that the result will this. Now next is again slicing tuple. So this is tuple 1. Now this tuple 1, this one, this 2. So it will give you the result with 2 2 difference. Okay, start from the 0 to last with the 2 2 difference. Now next is this is sequence 1. Now tuple 1, 5, then ending position is last, and then 2 2 difference. Okay, so it will then multiply the value. Okay, in this what it says, that it will start from 0 1 2. Okay, 2 to 4, 2 3 4, 2 3 4, then multiply with 3. So this 15 28, it will come 3 times. This 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, now again in this slicing you have to add the element 500 and 1000. So by this way you can add the element 500 comma 1000, sorry. Okay, by this way you can add the elements. So this is slicing. Now comparing tuples. So in this you have to use the comparison operators. You know what is comparison operator? That is relation operators. This is greater than, less than, equal to. Okay, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. These are the comparison operators. So you can also use here the comparison operator, and the result you will get, that is in the form of Boolean. Now next is unpacking tuples. So creating a tuple from a set of value, that is called packing, that we already did in our previous programs, that we have to create a tuple and then it is known as the packing. Now it's reverse, that is creating individual values from tuples element is called the unpacking. So this unpacking is done by using the following syntax. So these are the variable, then you have to write is equal to tuple object. For example, this T1, this is a tuple, and how will you unpack it? By A, B, C, D is equal to T1. So this is the A, B, C, D. Alternatively, it will take the element and then assign it with T1. So this A will hold 100, B will hold 200, C will hold 300, okay, and D will hold 400. Now the tuple unpacking requires that a list of variables on the left side must be same as the length of the tuple. This condition should be must. Okay. Now C is equal to, what is the value of C? That is 300. Okay. This is 300 and this value is for D. This is 400. Okay. Now next is deleting tuple. How will you delete? So by this del statement of Python that is used to delete elements and objects. But as you know that the tuples are immutable. It also means that the individual elements of tuple cannot be deleted. For example, in this you want to try to delete the element T1 2 at the index 2. So it will give you the error because the element of tuple cannot be deleted. Now it is T1 is equal to 10, 20, 30. If you will print the value T1, it will give you the value 10, 20, 30. Okay, same. And now you want to print the object T1. So it will give you the error T1 is not defined. Okay. Now I will show you how. For example, this T1 is equal to 30. Now you want to delete T1. Now show print. It will give you the error that is name T1 is not there because it is already deleted. Okay. So by this way you can delete the element, delete the tuple object. So it will completely delete the object. It will even not show a empty tuple. So your homework is you have to revise your classwork and do practice with tuple in Python editor, all the program that we have discussed. Okay, I hope the questions are clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, and you have to make notes also. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.